Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. This is Mary. Okay, yesterday you saw my outside crew. You have seen bits and pieces of my inside crew. And sorry, one of my dogs decided to lay down at my feet. You've seen bits and pieces of my inside crew, and right now they're everywhere. So today is not a video of my inside crew. It is on limiting beliefs. What are they? How are they keeping you from your dreams? How are they stopping you from living the life of your dreams? Living your heaven on earth? And what was the other point you were... Oh, expanding your thought process. Again, limiting beliefs. Okay? Because I've talked about manifesting. I've talked about how I've gotten the things that I've gotten, whether it be my husband, my motorcycle, my house, trucks, cars, whatever. And I went back and I thought about it, and it's like, okay, you hear all these videos talking about, how to manifest and all that kind of stuff, right? And I tell you, you don't have to do all that nonsense. What you do have to do is change your mindset. Because you've been manifesting your whole life. It's, what are you manifesting? Are you happy where you are? You manifested everything you've got in your existence right now, whether it be your job, your vehicles, your relationships, your houses, what else? Everything, your financial situation, everything. So the difference, when I manifested what I manifested, there was no doubt in my mind that I could have it. There was no doubt. I just knew it was going to happen, however it was meant to happen. And I let it go, and I didn't sit and try to figure out how I was going to make it happen. I always went into it with the mindset of, this is what I would like to have. If it's meant to be, it'll be. It's not for me to figure out how to make it happen. And I told my husband yesterday, I said, I look back at my motorcycle, the last thing I manifested, other than my ducks and geese, I manifested those. But my motorcycle, I told him yesterday, I said, even down to the fact that when I went to test drive the trike, the Honda trike, because I had test driven the Harley. I rode it. I took the keys. I parked it. I took the keys back to the salesman, and I said, "Here you go. No, thank you." I didn't like it. I test drove the and a couple years later, I had a stigma because you think Harley is the way to go. You think having a manual shift motorcycle is the way to go. That's what I thought. Those were my limiting beliefs. So therefore, I was geared to try to get another Harley with a manual shift. Even though my wrist was bothering me on the longer rides where I had a lot of shifting to do, by the time I got home, because I wasn't riding enough, so my wrist wasn't used to it. Everything happens for a reason, okay? So I go test drive the Honda, kind of, because my husband has a Honda, and I was like, okay, well, his bike is cool looking. I can deal with that. It doesn't have the sound of the Harley. But I got to tell you, when I had my Harley, I had to wear earplugs because it was so loud. It would hurt my ears. I can't even imagine what it did to the people around me. Of course, when I bought it, I didn't care because it was what I wanted. So I go test drive the Honda. I love it. Okay, I'm looking at the bike. The guy's trying to sell me his, because he has 2 trikes for sale. And I looked at it and I thought, but I like chrome. And his had, his didn't have chrome back wheels. And I thought, you know what? I would like to have chrome back wheels. But, you know, if I can't find it, I'll just settle for this. Well, you're not sent here to settle. You're not sent here to settle. You're here to achieve what it is your heart desires. When I found my bike, it has chrome back wheels. It has everything I wanted. And it was $8,000 less than this guy's or anything else I found. Plus, it has a trailer. When you open yourself up to, this is what I would like to have, it's this or something better, and just know that you don't have to settle. You can have anything you want because it's out there. There's so many choices to pick from. It's infinite, literally. So, you know, and my initial response, because my favorite color is blue, and my last bike was blue, was I wanted a blue bike. I didn't really want, it's crazy. And I'm not going to go through that whole thing, but I got red, and I am so in love with my red, it's not even funny. It is, because we went 2 days ago to take some, to go to California Sidecar, which is the trike kit that I've got. We went to talk to the guy about getting some parts that I need for my bike, my husband needs for his, just stuff. And I looked at the blue one that he's got. I'm glad I have my red one. It's pretty. The universe, sometimes you know what you think you know what you want, but again, it's have the mindset of it's that or something better. Because now that I've got my red one, it's not that I settled. I didn't settle for the red. I actually like the red better than the blue. And we saw, I just said I like chrome, right? Because my last bike was chrome. We saw a bike the day we went to the shop that had a ton of chrome. It was red, but it had a ton of chrome on it. No, not what I want. No, it's too much. My bike has a little bit of chrome on it. The rest of it is more of a matte, I don't know what the heck you call it, but it's more of a matte chrome, whatever that is. I like it. So again, okay. Limiting beliefs are, I'll never be able to afford a bike. I'll never be able to ride a bike. I had an accident, 20 some years ago on a 2-wheel bike. So I'm just not meant to ride a motorcycle. I'll never have a motorcycle. And it might not be motorcycles. It might be a house. You know, I'll never be able to afford a house. I'll never be able to have what I want. There's no way I'll find a house that has everything I want. There's no way I will find my perfect partner. Whether it's just a life partner, it's your next husband, it's your next whatever. And then I will tell you on that note, because before my husband and I met, we were both single. We've both been married before, more than once. Neither one of us wanted to get married again. Okay? The universe, they have a sense of humor, yes, but they also have a purpose for what you could. There's a purpose in the madness. We met and were married in 6 weeks. Neither one of us wanted to get married again. It just happened. It fell into place exactly the way it was meant to be. And we look back, it's just over 2 years. March was 2 years. If we had not been married, we would not be where we are today. Spiritually, personally, financially, anything. Because it took us being married to get to that point. Because I will tell you, I would not have put up with, and it's not, I'm watching my cat. She's playing with something in the yard. Anyway, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, I would not have put up with what I put up with during the time of helping the two of us grow. Because it's not just me. It was not just him. It was both of us. The universe, again, when you open up to accept what comes as it comes. I need to get a shirt with that on it. I need to have that tattooed on my forehead. I need to have that everywhere. I'm going to put see my thing on my wall right there? Yeah. Oh, dear God. What does it say? Okay, well, it's pretty close. It says, accept what is, let go of what was, and then have faith in what will be. Accept what comes as it comes. I'm telling you, the universe, God, Source, the creator of all that is phenomenal. Because when you are open to accept what comes as it comes, they will surprise you with the most amazing things. Everything, and I've said this in multiple videos, everything I ever said I would like to have X, I was told, you're crazy, that won't happen. That can't happen. And I got it. Every single thing. Including my motorcycle. Including my husband. It was not everything I had on my list, but it was. And there are things that are not on my list that A, I didn't think about. B, it took those other things to get me where I am. For me to become a better person. If I had gone through my list and said, okay, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this, I don't want you, I would have lost out. I would have not grown the way I was supposed to grow. Now, there are things, yes, that there were things that I definitely did not, they were not on my list, and I did not, they were on my list as an absolute no. You know, there are things that it's a hell yes or it's a hell no. Were things that were, it's a hell no. None of that is my husband. So, and I'm just going to tell you this because yesterday, my husband and I he was going to cut grass. And I made the reference yesterday to my ex-husband, and I called him Eeyore. And I talked about building the chicken coop and how I said, you know, he started building it. And because I said, well, but these boards aren't level. They need to be level. Just like that, I didn't attack him, but he went, oh, okay, fine. I can't do anything right. You build it. I'm going to go in the house. You build it yourself. So I built the chicken coop, okay? Yesterday, and I called him Eeyore because it was always, woe is me, nothing's at. You know, if you've ever watched Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore, that was my ex-husband. Yesterday, my husband and I were having this conversation, and I told him, I said, no, I don't want the grass cut. We're getting ready to put the fence up for the geese and the chickens because I want them to eat the grass. He said, fine, I'm not going to cut any grass. I'm telling you, hell flew into me. I got pissed. It was like PTSD. And I was like doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. And I was like, Pam, just let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. And I went about my day. I went about doing what I was doing, and I let it go. And he had gone to the garage. He came back, and it was like it was done. It was over. And he actually went, and I never said another word about it. And he actually went and cut the rest of the grass yesterday. I'm telling you. It's when you grow and you let go of your limiting beliefs, your past judgments, your past relationships. Just because he said what he said, yes, initially it pissed me off because it threw me back into what I used to deal with. When you let it go and accept what comes as it comes, it's like magic. It is literally like magic. I didn't get my ass on my shoulders and go, okay, fine, I'll cut the damn grass myself. Because that would have been the old me. And I would have, as soon as I finished, I would have gotten on the tractor and I'd have gone and cut the grass with an attitude and been pissed all day. Nope. I let it go. And I thought, you know what? If he doesn't cut the grass, that's okay. It's no big deal. He actually ended up cutting the grass, and it was perfect. And the yard looks amazing. So let your past go. If it's serving you, yes, keep it. You know, your skills, your talents, your gifts, your knowledge, your wisdom, keep those things. If it's a past judgment, if it's a past limiting belief, if it's a past trauma, you have to let that stuff go because it's not serving you anymore. And I look at like the house. I look at the houses that and I might have to shut the door because the light's very bright at the moment. I look at the past houses that I've had, and every house that I've ever bought has been pretty close to the same type of house. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's what I wanted. Now I've expanded to I want a bigger house because my husband and I, and it's crazy because both times I got married before, well, the last 2 times I got married, my husband and I, on my second marriage, my husband and I built basically the house that I would like to have. My third husband had the house. It was very similar to my second husband's house that we built. Now, kind of what my husband and I now are looking for is very similar to that as far as size and what it has and the openness and all that kind of stuff. There are a few tweaks, a few things that we would like to change and add and all that kind of stuff. It will happen when it's meant to happen. It will happen perfectly. It's not for me to sit here and try to figure out, oh my God, how am I going to make this happen? Or there's no way we're going to find a house that has everything. Okay, here you go. There's no way we're going to find a house that has everything in it we want and we can afford it. 2 limiting beliefs that compound and keep you from your dreams and desires. Let it go. Have the desire and change your mindset to it. And I'll tell you, the house that we really loved, things just weren't falling into place. Obstacles were coming up. And we both said, it will be that house or better. That house is pending right now. There is possibly a sale on it. I don't know. If it's meant to be ours, the sale will fall through and we will end up with it. Whenever we're meant to, or they'll buy it and we'll end up with it later if that's meant to be our house. I'm not wigged out about it. I'm not upset because I might not get that house. It will be that one or something better. The universe has, when I bought this house, it has a huge garage. I thought, what the hell do I need a huge garage for? The universe knew who I was going to marry, knew that I was going to end up with 2 motorcycles and stuff in the garage that I needed the space for. And my husband, both of us like to work in the garage. I do things, he does things. So the next one will have everything we're looking for and then some. Because there will be things that we don't even know. Just like when I met my husband, there were things about him that I didn't even know existed. But it took that for me to become a better person, for me to grow and expand. My motorcycle. There were things that I wanted. I did not settle. No, I didn't settle at all on my motorcycle. It has everything I wanted and then some because it came with a trailer. So now we can go camping because my husband has a camping trailer that he pulls behind his bike. We can put the rest of the stuff in my trailer and we don't have to take the car. It's amazing. My house has everything I said. No, my next house will have these 4 things, or it's not my house. It has all 4 things. Plus, it had the garage. Go back and look. Look at what you've achieved in your lifetime. And not from a place of judgment. Just what do I have? Because again, you manifested it. Look at your mindset. Is it what makes you happy? Is it what you want? Then fine, everything's great. If it's not what you want, look at, nope, no barking. Look at your belief system. Do you think you're worthy of what you want? Do you think you can have what you want? Do you think it's even out there? Do you think it's even possible? If you do, stay with that and believe with everything in you that you can have it. And it will happen when it's meant, if it's meant to happen, it will happen when it's meant to happen. So, but if you have limiting beliefs, go back and look at that. And there's cat hair. I don't even see it, but I see it on the camera. Ah, there it is. And I've lost my train of thought. But anyway, what are your limiting beliefs? Where did they come from? Again, not from a place of judgment. Don't go back and say, well, I grew up in lack. I grew up in poverty. I grew up in struggle, being told I wasn't good enough, being told, well, you'll never have that. I can't tell you how many times, again, I was told, you're crazy, you can't have that. You'll never get that. And I just knew, yes, I will. I'll have it if it's meant to be. And every time, it just happens. So, people that tell you, you can't have that, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you don't make enough money, you don't whatever. That's their limiting belief. Let them carry that baggage. Don't you grab onto it and accept it as yours. If somebody tells you, because I'm telling you, you are worthy, you can have anything your heart desires. Or even more. Grab onto things like that and let that become your mindset. Don't the negative crap, the negative anything less than, let it go. Because it's not serving you. It's keeping you confined where you are. Relationships. Are you in a relationship you're happy with? Don't stay there because you think you deserve it. You're less than. You'll never find who you want. Money, I have to be here because otherwise I won't be able to make a living. I won't be able to afford anything. You know what? I'm just going to tell you, this is husband number 4. Every time I've been single, I did not hold on to the husband out of desperation and, oh my God, I won't make it if I let him go. Each time I the universe put me in a better position, in a better house, in a better life. I grew from each experience. Jobs, same thing. Don't hang on to a job because you think you can't afford to leave. If you're meant to leave, the universe will have something better lined up for you. And that doesn't mean go in tomorrow or today being Friday and say, you know what, I'm out, I quit. Don't be an ass about it, because it will bite you. You get what you give. When you give attitude and I don't care about you, you're going to get that back. So, again, be open to what the universe has for you. Don't hang on to what you have, the limiting beliefs that you have for whatever the situation is. Stop. Don't hang on to them, because they're keeping you where you are. If you're happy where you are, that's fine. If you're not, if you wish things were different, if you wish you had more money, a better house, a better career, a better relationship, then figure out what the limiting beliefs are. Let them go. Not from a place of judgment, not from a place of blame, not from a place of anything, from accept it and let it go. Don't accept it and keep it. Just accept it. And then let it go. I can't tell you how many limiting beliefs that I have come up with. And I've had limiting beliefs. So I will also tell you, you can have limiting beliefs and still manifest. It depends on what your limiting beliefs are. So, but you still should get rid of those too, because they're not serving you either. You could have manifested financial freedom and the house of your dream and the spouse of your dreams and all that kind of stuff. But is there something else there that triggers you? Something else there that irritates you, like a hot knife through butter? Because I will tell you, there were things that, like with me, there were things that would be said. There were things that would happen that cut through me, just like yesterday. That statement, fine, I just won't cut any grass. It went through me like a hot knife through butter, and it pissed me off like that. I let it go. And I'm like, you know what? No. Let it go. Again, you have to be able to step back and see these things. It's not him. It was a trigger in me. And that's where the work comes from. That's where most people are not willing to look at themselves and say, why is that triggering me? They look at the other person and say, oh, well, you pissed me off. No, they can't piss you off unless you allow it. Yeah, I could have said my husband pissed me off and went about my day and still been pissed at him and all that kind of stuff. Why? No. I looked at it. I processed it. I saw it for what it was. I accepted it and let it go. Because it's not serving me. More cat hair. When you have 5 cats and 2 dogs, you deal with pet hair. And it's, you know what? It's all good. So I hope this helps you. If you have questions, again, I will tell you, both of my books will help you with this. Liberating Your Consciousness speaks specifically to limiting beliefs and liberating your consciousness to start to shift your mindset that you can have anything you want. And cultivating peace and purpose expands it even further. So I love you guys. I want you to have, my desire is for you to have the life of your dreams and be the best you can possibly be. For you, not for me. Do it for you. So I send you love. I send you light. If you got anything out of this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, if you have a question, ask me. Reach out to me. Put it in the comments, email me, whatever, however is convenient for you. Because I'm here to help you expand your vision. And have the life that there's nothing that's unattainable if you truly want it from, not from ego, not from an egotistical thing. But if your heart really desires it, it's for a reason, because it's out there. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the house looks like. It doesn't matter what the vehicle looks like, the partner, the career. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's out there. Go get it. Know that you're worthy, and if it's meant to be, it'll be. It's that or something better. And it'll happen if and when it's meant to happen. Exactly how it's meant to happen. And then let it go. Because it is not for you to figure out how you're going to make it happen. So I love you, and I hope you have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.